something to drink and something to eat, please go ahead and do so right now. And in just about a minute, I will introduce our keynote speaker. at your leisure, sit wherever you'd like, make yourself comfortable, find new and old friends. I want to express our gratitude for you all for attending our poster presentation tonight. We hope that you learned about all the amazing creative and innovative projects our students and faculty are doing in the College of Education. So let's give all of our poster presenters a round of applause. Tonight, we are really excited to welcome Dr. Rob Leone, Professor of Human Resource Development at Idaho State University, as the inaugural keynote speaker for our Celebrating Excellence event. Dr. Leone's presentation, entitled Culture First Hiring, Finding Employees Who Thrive, Not Just Survive, introduces a research-driven approach to hiring that goes beyond traditional metrics. This topic will explore how organizations can focus on fit factors that align with their culture, promote collaboration, and foster sustainable success. This approach also helps to identify employees who will thrive, ultimately driving engagement, retention, and organizational growth. Dr. Leone's philosophy, quote, work should fuel the human spirit, not drain it. I love that. Thank you, Rob. Influences everything from his research and teaching to his consulting practices. His work has been featured in prominent journals such as the Journal of Organizational Psychology, the Journal of Behavioral Studies in Business, and the Organization Management Journal. Additionally, Dr. Leone consults with leaders across various sectors, including nonprofits, education, government, and corporate industries, to develop high-performing teams and evaluate workplace culture. As a recognized thought leader in his field, Dr. Leone applies innovative and research-driven approaches to help organizations navigate complex challenges, foster engagement, and build resilient leadership structures. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Rob Leone to the stage.
Good evening, and congratulations to all the award recipients tonight, as well as the great work to the students that have done the work in the back. It's wonderful to see what our great institution is doing for the world. As Karen mentioned, my name is Rob, and I consider myself a Western collectivist. And I pause there because when I talk to people about this, they go, I don't know what that means. And if you live in Boise, it's not to be confused with the Western Collective Brewery, although it is a favorite of mine. So I'll explain what that means in a moment, but let me first explain a little bit about what I've done for the last year. Over the past year, I've been on sabbatical, and I was asked to speak just briefly on what exactly is a sabbatical and how does that work. So in our program here in the College of Education at ISU, a sabbatical is I'd say a gift or a granting to deviate from what might be your traditional duties, right? So as a faculty member, my responsibilities are teaching first, along with scholarship and service. And for me, what I had to do is put together a packet. It was reviewed by my peers and at several different levels to determine worth and whether or not I've been deserving enough to take this time. And I get to choose between a semester or an entire year. And so over the last year, I spent time in Thailand, Singapore, Belize, Mexico, and a variety of different states in the US, one of which Alaska, and I think Alaska is a really important piece here because there's something that's actually in common between Alaska and all those other communities that I've spent time in. Back during the Clinton administration, then Secretary of Labor Robert Reich, you might remember that name, he proposed that he can evaluate the well-being or engagement of an organization by just speaking with its people. That he deployed this pronoun test, and he stated that based on the pronoun usage of the employees, I can measure and determine what the overall well-being or engagement is of the organization. We tested this 7 years ago, and that is kind of a side story, but it's interesting because also during that time, two specific bodies of research were really blossoming. One of which was linguistics and pronoun cues, and how to his point, how pronouns in language could be used as a lens into behavior and intentions. In fact, studies related to it can demonstrate or actually predict divorce and other sorts of things. At the same time, the body of research, this cross-cultural psychology body, was really blossoming. And what they were looking at, and these are not new terms, but it helps get to my point of a Western collective concept. They were looking at individualism and collectivism, and what exactly are those things, right? So individualism and collectivism have been deemed syndromes of identities, of people that come from specific societies, and how those societies and cultures have informed their practice and the development. In fact, deep within our value system and motives. And unfortunately, that body of research has really plateaued, and the people that were at the forefront of that as they went into retirement, there really wasn't a real carryover it. What's actually happened with it is they've taken where it's been left, and now they're testing it in little domains on smaller studies. And so there's a lot more research to be done there. My focus is on identifying sustainable solutions for organizations. And I'm particularly interested in a variety of different things, one of which are myths. So that's why we tested Wright's opinion about engagement. And there's a couple other pieces that we've tested as it relates to myths. But my concern is that we're constantly on this quest to improve organizational success. Just as Karen mentioned, my motto, work should fuel the human spirit as opposed to drain it. And my point there is that I want my people, and I say my people, I mean my students, I mean my friends, I mean my clients, to leave the workday with fuel still left in their tank so that they can go home, be present, and be with the people they love, or volunteer, or maybe even get to the gym, right? So having enough energy to do some of these things. And so I'm constantly on the search of this. And I'm very fortunate, I consider myself, as a professor here, but also I work daily with people around the world, helping them with their organizational issues. And that gives me a real-time laboratory to test out some of my beliefs and assumptions. And so when I set out to do the sabbatical, I wanted to pull back this cultural piece because the concept of fit is not anything new. People have been studying this for ages as it relates to retention and engagement. But what I saw in the literature and what I really believe is that there's a different lens for us to understand these fit factors. And that's what we've started to build out, our fit factors for organizations to enhance alignment. For a person that maybe makes $60,000 a year, that vacancy, do you know what that costs to fill that vacancy? It can cost upwards and over $180,000 to fill that vacancy. So when we look dollars and cents as it relates to hiring, the concept of fit is central to that. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bring in some different perspectives as it relates to fit, and I found some great opportunities through this collective and individualist literature. So what is collectivism and what is individualism? Well, most of us in this room really are considered individualists. We're of Western society, Western culture is noted as being individual. Actually, rugged individualism has made a real run for it in recent years, if you've followed some of the news. Individualists are known for innovation. The countries that have high individualist identities are the highest GDP countries, whereas collectivism stems from cultures that are more communal or community-oriented. So Asia is a great example of where that comes from. Belize originally was that until it was taken over, resettled, and our time there was very interesting, talking to the people that are from there and part of that community. And so what we know is that there's different ways people respond to different factors. As I mentioned, the concept of fit is nothing new. And when we talk about fit, there's a variety of different fit frameworks. There's job employee fit, there's employee culture fit, there's employee organization fit, and a whole wide variety of other more nuanced aspects. My concern is the person-job fit nestled in the organizational culture. And why is this important? Because if we see ourselves as a community, if we really reflect that and we want to be collegial and more collaborative in nature, if I go out and hire the wrong person that's more individualistic, that prioritizes the me over the we, that creates some challenges for us. And just the opposite's true. If we are an innovative company and we need a lot of trailblazers and we need people that want to roll up their sleeves and get their hands dirty, then we have to choose different people. The problem we run into consistently is that someone might be a great applicant and we see them for their past accomplishments, but organizations don't have that eye or that understanding to really evaluate and determine, even though you have those attributes, will you truly fit with this team to help us to be more successful? And so that is what I'm concerned about at this point. I started out just focusing on solutions many, many years ago, and now we help organizations from pre-hire through culture and screening analysis, psychometrics, all the way to firing people. And we do it with the belief and the intention that work should fuel the human spirit, and sometimes we have to move on with some people, and other times we embrace them and dust them off and demonstrate what kind of gem they are. So, what does this really mean in terms of how we apply it? I'm just going to read through my notes here because I have a matrices that I've built through this research, and what the research is suggesting is that for all these categories I'm going to share with you, we can become more granular through this lens of these cultural syndromes. And we can make better decisions if we pay close attention to this. Or we could also use this information to refine how we select and screen people for our processes. So we can build interviewing processes and questioning strategies that see through these pieces to improve the accuracy of hiring for fit. Accountability, authority, autonomy. And so my point here is that all these different identities rank differently on these factors. And even within collectivism and individualism, we could split them further down. And what we know is through the matrix, we could see how in the aspect of, let's see, competition, if we're a competitive organization, I know I want to focus on these attributes that are often tied to these syndromes, and then that helps us improve our screening. And so a couple others: independence, interdependence, self-reliance, sociability, value of relationships. So to wrap this up, I've had a great year traveling. It was great to meet so many interesting people. I thought it was important that if I was going to study something related to culture, I figured it'd be irresponsible of me of just focusing on what comes out of the books and the journals and not actually be there. And as I mentioned, Alaska has a very interesting relationship to these other communities, right? So Thailand is a collectivist culture overall. Singapore is a very, very interesting country with a very interesting identity. They are a Western collective or entity in many senses. Belize, formerly collective, now a mix, but the people that still live there, that are from there, that are living there among their families, they're still highly collective. And Alaska, and we have a lot of work in Alaska actually, Alaska's an interesting one because when you get to know Alaskans, you get to learn that most of them are not from there. And so unlike the lower 48, there's a high level of reliance on the community and working together to accomplish things. And so it is one of my favorite places to visit now because the people are so beautiful and collaborative in nature. So thank you for your time. Once again, congratulations to everyone. and this should be a wonderful evening.
Well, Rob, thank you so much. And while I would just like to say on behalf of all of your colleagues here, we missed you dearly during your sabbatical, but and we're really excited that you're back. And we so appreciate the wealth of knowledge that you have brought back with you, and the wide application that we can use that knowledge not only in our workplace, but in our classrooms, figuring out how to get to the gym after class. That's very important to me. So thank you very much for doing this tonight. So that officially ends our research poster presentation section of the evening tonight. We're going to take a very quick 5-minute break, sort of reshuffle the stage up here for our awards ceremony that will begin at but in exactly 5 minutes. So at about 5:34. My students love that when I say, let's take an 8-minute break. They're like, why not 10-minute break? Well, it's a round number. We're going to get to a round number here. So go ahead, please fill up your plates again, fill up your drinks, and we hope that you will join us for our awards presentation this evening.
It is 5:34, and per Dr. Appleby, we'll go ahead and get started for the evening. Good evening and welcome to the College of Education's 12th Annual Celebrating Excellence Ceremony. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Tabitha Butler. I am the Executive Director of Philanthropy for the College of Education. And to begin this evening, I would like to invite Dr. Appleby back to the stage to recite our ISU Land Acknowledgement Statement.
Thank you, Tabitha. It's my honor to present our land acknowledgement tonight. Acknowledging native lands is an important way to honor and respect Indigenous peoples and their traditional territories. The land on which Idaho State University's Pocatello campus sits is within the original Fort Hall Reservation boundaries and is the traditional and ancestral home of the Shoshone and Bannock peoples. We acknowledge the Fort Hall, Shoshone, and Bannock peoples, their elders past and present, their future generations, and all Indigenous peoples, including those upon whose land the university is located. We offer gratitude for the land itself and the original caretakers of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Appleby. So as many of you know, I love working for ISU, and specifically for the College of Education. I get to work with the kindest and most generous alumni. I don't have to sell our alumni on the importance of education. They have already drinking the orange Kool-Aid and are 100% on board. I couldn't ask for a better group to work with. It's through these interactions that I get the opportunity to see daily how ISU has an incredible return on investment. The value of an education gained at ISU pays dividends to those who graduate. One of my favorite stories about this is an alumni who called to set up a scholarship with us. And he had a thick New Jersey accent, and I had to know how a kid from back east ended up in Pocatello, Idaho in the 1960s. He said, well, let me tell you, I'd gotten in trouble for drinking and had gotten kicked out of school. ISU was the only college that would give him a second chance. So he got on a train and came out here to Pocatello. And he said, you know what? I got in trouble again. But ISU helped him through it. And because of that, he was forever grateful. So he set up an annual scholarship for us and chose to leave ISU and his estate because of the positive impact that it had made on his life. But that's not where the story ends. He called me about a year later, absolutely panicked, asking if his scholarship was making any difference at all. I said, of course it is. Why are you concerned? His niece had just enrolled in college back east at a college that was $80,000 a year. I assured him ISU was only 1/10 of the cost. We could get her a bachelor's, a master's, and well on her way to a PhD for the cost of 1 year where she was currently. Regardless, what really shows the impact of the scholarship was a thank you note that his student had written to him that year. And I want to read that to you this evening. She said, thank you so much for your ongoing support in my educational journey. I don't know how to adequately express the extent of my gratitude except to say I will use these scholarship funds wisely. To my ultimate goal of becoming a teacher, I only have 3 semesters left until graduation. Time is flying by, and each semester leaves me more and more excited to share my knowledge and experience with future students. Every step of the way has validated that I am on the right course in my life. My journalism and English courses have been so much fun. There's so much joy in learning, and I am certain even more joy in teaching the love of learning. 2025 is going to be a challenging year. The last 2 semesters of my secondary education degree are heavy with observation hours and student teaching. I have 4 little kids at home, 2 of which aren't even in school yet. I've been saving to pay for childcare so that I can complete my observation hours and student teaching. I plan on using some of these funds from this scholarship to help pay for that. It's such a relief to have some assistance in that way. I also recently had my school laptop break. I wasn't sure how I was going to replace it before the semester starts, but now I can. She ended her letter by saying, "Thank you so much for your kindness and support. My family and I appreciate it so much." Even though on a national scale, ISU can be considered very affordable, financial need is the top reason for students dropping out of ISU. And every day at the College of Education, we make sure that isn't true. Thank you to many of you in this room who choose to invest in our future educators. One shining example of an educator investing in our future educators is our 2025 professional awardee for the College of Education, Rhonda Black. Rhonda was one of the first people I met when I started working at ISU, and she invited me to join my favorite group, the Southeast Idaho Retired Educators Association. I am neither retired nor technically an educator, and still they let me join. Rhonda's dedication to education spans decades, beginning with her bachelor's in the Arts of English Education at Idaho State University in 1971. She later earned a Master's of Education in Curriculum and Instruction and an administrative certificate, further solidifying her expertise in shaping curriculum and fostering student success. Rhonda and her husband, Pete, established the Pete and Rhonda Black Scholarship, supporting future educators with financial need. Thank you, Rhonda, for being an example of excellence, of all the excellence we are striving for in our careers in education. We will honor her at the Professional Achievement Award Breakfast on May 9th, and she will lead our College of Education graduates out at commencement on May 10th. Please join me in recognizing Ms. Rhonda Black. I feel so honored to be a part of the work that we do here at ISU and to be your MC for the 4th year at this incredible event where year after year we get to recognize incredible faculty, staff, and alumni from the College of Education that make ISU so amazing. At the heart of every awardee is someone striving to be excellent and improve access to education. Speaking of excellence, I'd like to welcome Dr. Esther Natuli to the podium. Dr. Natuli serves as our interim dean for the College of Education.
Thank you. I always want to start with something from the classroom. So when I started teaching in the US, the first 3 weeks I noticed that students will be listening to me and they'll pay attention. I didn't have any classroom management issues. After 3 weeks, classroom management issues started. Then I asked, I said, "What is going on?" And then one of the students said, "You know what, Esther, we were studying your accent the first 3 weeks. So now that we understand you very well, we can be doing other things while we are listening." So thank you tonight for paying attention while you study my accent. On behalf of ISU College of Education, good evening and welcome to our 2025 College of Education Celebrating Excellence Award Ceremony. Tonight, we gather to celebrate the exceptional achievements and unwavering dedication of our faculty, staff, alumni, and students. This event is a testament to the vibrant Bengal spirit and excellence that define our college and community. Whether through innovative teaching, outstanding service, groundbreaking accomplishments, as you have seen some of you in the posters, or each of you has played a vital role in shaping our institution's legacy. We are honored to recognize a few individuals' exceptional contributions and we are proud to stand with them in this moment of celebration and gratitude. I want to talk a little bit about our college highlights. This year, the College of Education is proud to celebrate significant growth and impact. Since 2021, Our enrollment has increased by 16.1%, reflecting the rising interest in our programs. We are honored to graduate 216 this academic year. Students across all departments, we have got 4 departments, including 97 who enter the workshop as new teachers ready to inspire the new generation. Our paraprofessional to certified teachers PACT program, part of Grow Your Own initiative, continues to make a difference by training individuals already serving our schools and communities while providing individual training, providing them with extensive clinical experience. What we are doing in the paraprofessional is what aligns with what Superintendent Critchfield's vision of more time in the game. Our faculty in the College of Education secured 5.5 million in external grants, including 1.5 million NS-funded impact project geared toward addressing STEM teacher shortages, and the 4.5 million empowering project to support youth mental health through our school psychology program. We are proud of our Doctor of Philosophy. I see you there. Our Associate Dean, Dr. John Kerry. Thank you. We are proud of his program, Doctor of Philosophy Instructional Design, launched in fall 2024. The program now has 45 candidates, reflecting strong interest in our innovative, fully online program. So they should be doing something in OLP that is actually bringing these students to say, you know what, we're going to do our doctor's education at Idaho State University. Finally, our community, this past week, I saw Smithy somewhere. I want to say thank you. Our community came together for the annual Bengals triathlon hosted by the Human Performance and Sports Studies Department, which brought over 400 participants in a spirited celebration of health, unity, and Bengal pride. So, Smithy and your team and your chair, I saw Colby somewhere. Thank you. That was wonderful. We want to say thank you and extend our sincere gratitude to those who took the time and care to submit nominations for tonight's honorees. Your thoughtful efforts are the foundation of this celebration. Recognizing the achievement of others is no small task. It requires insights, reflection, and generosity of spirit. Let us also acknowledge that for every winner, there were others whose contributions were equally meaningful, but may not have been recognized tonight. Your impact is no less significant, and we thank you all. To the families of those who are here and friends who have joined us this evening, I say thank you. Your presence means the world to those we honor tonight. Behind every achievement stands a community of support, encouragement, and love. Whether you traveled from near or far, I see you, Dr. Alan France there. You traveled from near, and thank you. Your being here makes this celebration even more meaningful. We are grateful to share this moment with you as we honor the remarkable individuals who continue to elevate the ISC College of Education. And now, as we continue this special evening, it's my pleasure to turn things over to our outstanding MC, Ms. Tabitha Butler. With a warm energy and passion for education, Tabitha will guide us through tonight's program with the same excellence we are here to celebrate. On behalf of the ISC College of Education, thank you again for joining us, and let the celebration begin.
Thank you, Dr. Natuli. I'm so excited. We have an incredible group to introduce all of you to this evening. To begin tonight, we have our College of Education Staff Excellence Award, presented to a staff member of the Idaho State University College of Education who has had a significant impact in furthering the college's mission and vision by consistently going above and beyond the normal scope of their duties. This year, we are honored and excited to introduce Veronica Garcia as the recipient of the Staff Excellence Award. Introducing Veronica is Dr. John H. Curry, Interim Associate Dean of the College of Education.
I needed the notes. Sorry. I was okay until it was time to get up here. It's going to be hard to put into words who Veronica Garcia is for me. It's going to be hard to put words to everything that she does. Veronica, I could be generic and tell you that she's well respected by her peers, serves on staff council and has multiple years, and they're always asking her to serve again. I could talk about how she's taken on multiple roles within the college, outside of our department. She coordinates the professional development for the staff in the college. She serves as an administrative assistant for 2 departments on campus, which is an insane amount of work. On top of it all, Veronica takes advantage of opportunities here, yearly selects a conference to attend to better her skills at her job, and then comes back and shares that information with others. But that's not sufficient to describe Veronica. Veronica is proactive, to say the least. If she sees something that needs to be done, it happens and she gets right on it. She is protective. She looks out for others. When it comes to me personally, Veronica is my brain. She is my calendar. She is my conscience. And quite frankly, other than my wife, she's the only person I refer to as my boss. And I know I'm in trouble with my wife if I get called Dr. Curry. That's when I'm in trouble at home. If I hear Veronica from the other room go, Mr. Man, I know I've done something wrong. So Veronica keeps me in line. Interesting thing about hiring her, Veronica, we hired her as the administrative assistant in our OLP department shortly after I became chair. And we had a good pool of applicants for that job. And she was one of 2 finalists. And she knows this story, so I don't feel bad saying it out loud. But I did not want to hire her. I wanted to hire the other person. I liked the other person, but something inside of me said, I don't care what you want. She's who you need. And I can tell you that I've made a lot of professional decisions in my life, but there is none that is better than hiring Veronica Garcia. Veronica is, yes, she's my administrative assistant. She's a friend to many. She is an advocate for all. She is a devoted and loving mom to Thomas, Kellen, and Elise, and to her pug, who is her boss. I'm thankful for my opportunity to work with her. Now, unfortunately, Veronica's not here tonight. She's out serving and helping on a grant. She's attending the Idaho Tech's Mars rover competition in Moscow and can't be here. But at this time, we're going to play her acceptance speech.
She was speechless.
Yeah, she was like, whoa. Dramatic pause.
Hello, everyone. Please accept my apologies as I can't be there with you tonight to celebrate this wonderful occasion. Receiving the Staff Excellence Award is an immense honor, and I'm truly touched that my work has been recognized in this way. While I'm not physically present, please know I'm celebrating with you in spirit. I am watching the live stream from Moscow, and by the way, you all look amazing. I extend my deepest gratitude to the selection committee for this recognition. I'm also profoundly thankful to my amazing supervisors, Dr. John Curry and Dr. Joel Bocanegra, Dean Natuli, our former Dean Jean, the faculty in both my departments, and everyone else within our college. This award isn't just a personal achievement, it reflects the collaborative and supportive environment we've cultivated here. I'm so fortunate to be part of a team that consistently strives for excellence and supports each other along the way. To me, excellence is not just about personal achievement, but about lifting each other up and working together to create something greater. I look forward to contributing, learning, and growing alongside all of you. I wish I could be there to thank you each personally, but please know that your support means the world to me. I am truly humbled and motivated to continue contributing to our shared success. Honor. It truly means the world to me. I look forward to celebrating with you all in person soon. Please enjoy the evening.
That's my boss. Accepting the award on behalf of Veronica is her son, Kellen. So Kellen, if you'll come up and get Veronica's award, please.
The College of Education Faculty Excellence Award is presented to a faculty member of the Idaho State University's College of Education who has made a significant impact furthering the college's mission and vision through service, teaching, and/or research. This year, we are honored and excited to introduce Dr. Amanda Eller as the Faculty Excellence Award. Introducing Dr. Eller, I can say it, Dr. Eller, I promise. Ahern, facilitator for the College of Education.
Well, there she is. Okay. It's truly an honor for me to. It truly means to lead with purpose, to teach from the heart, and to serve with dedication. The chair of the Department of Educational Studies, our very own Dr. Amanda Eller. Dr. Eller is inspiring. She's a college student who got her bachelor's education here at Idaho State University, and she started working as an elementary teacher. And during that time, she got a degree in technology and education, and later a PhD in educational leadership. She years ago, spending 16 years in before going to education as a clinician in 2014. Now, this is incredible to me. In her interview, Dr. Eller has taught 20 across all modalities, which really is a testament to her incredible commitment to student success. For her incredible teaching efforts, Dr. Eller was a Distinguished Teacher nominee and semifinalist, and listen to this, in 2020 and again in 2022. I'm a little bit disappointed, Dr. Eller, in the Amanda of 2021. What failed? No nominations there, but proud and excited when this year Dr. Eller received the Idaho State University Outstanding Teaching Award, which is quite an honor and an amazing accomplishment. Really great. Dr. Eller's impact extends beyond the classroom. She has worked tirelessly in the Magic Valley area to really bring our teacher preparation district, schools, and beyond that, really with faculty at CSI to provide an easy transition for the students who are coming from CSI and plugging them into our ISU programs. What really stands out about Dr. Eller is her heart, her care, and her high sense of responsibility that she brings to everything that she does. She's the person that many of us in this room turn to for guidance and that we trust. For me personally, in the past 5 years, I have sought her advice. I sent her a chat and I said, I need to consult with you, please. And I get her input, and with her patience and kindness, inclusivity, and professionalism, she has guided me in the past 5 years and helped me problem solve so many situations. As her colleagues and many of us in this room could share countless stories of the ways supported us in the work that we do with so much generosity, patience, and care. But beside all this, let me tell you what I admire most about Dr. Eller. And that is that at her core, she is the ultimate teacher who deeply cares about the well-being and the development of her students. For all of us fellow educators, we know that there is no greater award, no better recognition or praise than the kind that comes straight from our students. So to close this introduction of Dr. Eller, I wanted to share the words of two of Dr. Eller's current students who couldn't be with us today, who really wanted us to read what they felt, the impact that Dr. Eller has had on them. So this is what one of her students had to say. Always shown that she truly cares and wants the very best for all of her students. She often reminds us that building a relationship with our students is the most important part of teaching. I have taken several of her courses online, and let's be honest, building a relationship with a teacher in an online setting can feel nearly impossible. But somehow Dr. Eller makes it happen. She goes out of her way to connect with her students, even through a screen. She's constantly there to provide thoughtful feedback, words of encouragement, and support whenever it's needed. Her presence and dedication make a lasting impact. Thank you for your dedication, Dr. Eller. It has not gone unnoticed. Of mentoring and supporting our student teaching candidates during their final semester here at ISU. When the reality of teaching hits them and they go for their student teaching and they realize how hard things can be. So this is what one of her current students who was in her student teaching seminar had to say about Dr. Eller. Grace says, teaching is so hard, and there the day to just be over. But over the course of this semester, I found the joy in teaching. And this was thanks to Dr. Eller's example. Dr. Eller has a passion for education and a passion for her students. I always felt supported and validated in my experience working with her. Dr. Eller is so deserving of this award. She is one of the reasons that I am a future educator. Thank you, Dr. Eller, for your incredible work with our students, with the staff, and for the college. Please, everyone, help me welcome our College of Education Faculty Excellence Award winner, Dr. Amanda Eller.
I reiterate what John said. I was fine until now. So thank you, Mona. That just, wow, thank you so much. So thank you all so much. Receiving the College of Education Faculty Excellence Award is both humble and profoundly meaningful. Thank you to all of the faculty and staff in the College of Education for your camaraderie, collaborations, support, and encouragement. I'd like to highlight a few people, and I'm going to put on my glasses so I can do this a little bit easier. I want to start by thanking Mona for nominating me for this award, and the selection committee for choosing to honor me in this way. I truly appreciate your recognition of my work and your belief in me. Mona has always been such a great collaborator. Like she was saying, we've talked a lot. And I've enjoyed working with her the last several years in a variety of capacities supporting our student teachers. I began working for ISU's College of Education in Twin Falls in 2014, starting a new adventure in my career in higher education after having taught at the elementary level. It's hard for me to believe that I'm finishing my 11th year at ISU. The time has just flown by so quickly, it's crazy. I remember meeting Suzanne, that first faculty meeting, and we just kind of clicked. It's been cool. A lot of the things that I've done in this job along the way have been in collaboration with Suzanne, including some major program and course redesigns, the Teaching in Rural Areas Immersion Learning, or TRAIL experience that some of you heard us talking about at a poster back there a little bit ago. Service in Nurmera. She was my program chair when I was president, and now I'm her program chair while she's president. It's kind of cool. Faculty Senate, and lots of other stuff. So thank you, Suzanne, for traveling this road with me and for your great support. I appreciate it. I want to thank our former dean, Jean McGivney-Burrell, for her belief in my ability to step outside my comfort zone and succeed in a new role that she created this past fall as coordinator of teacher preparation in the Magic Valley, for which I was also greatly supported by our then department chair, Corey Bennett, and our interim dean, who was associate dean at that point, Esther Natuli. And I want to thank all of them for their encouragement and my belief in my ability to step into that role. And I've learned so much traveling the Magic Valley and meeting with district leadership, getting into the schools again. It's been really nice and fun, and a great way to help expand our reach in the Magic Valley with ISU. So I would also like to thank Dr. Natuli, Dean Natuli, and Dr. Curry for their encouragement and ability to step into the role of department chair earlier this year. I am learning a lot, very quickly. And I also deeply, deeply appreciate the support and understanding of all of our TESS faculty and staff as I've navigated these challenges and new responsibilities. And I thank you for your cheering of me along the way and your cheering of my receiving this award. So finally, I want to thank my family who've put up with my crazy schedule, my sometimes not great work-life balance. I do not practice what I preach with that. In a small town within a few blocks of my parents, my grandpa, my brother, my sister, nephew, many cousins, and we're pretty close. It's not uncommon for us to have a spontaneous barbecue with 15 to 20 people show up, and we just hang around the fire pit, and it's a good time. It's a great family to be a part of. I'm blessed to have my mom and my brother here with me tonight, so that's wonderful. So thank you both, and thank you to the rest of my family who couldn't be here. My family has cheered me on as I've tried new things, encouraged me as I've embarked on various projects and scholarly journeys, and believed in me more than I believed in myself sometimes. As Mona mentioned, I'm a first-generation college student, and they have cheered me every step of the way as I've decided to go to the next level. And can I do that? And they would say, yes, you can. So I've really appreciated that. I'm here because of them. So I remember being told my first year here that it's okay to say no to things, and that I would need to learn to say no pretty quickly if I wanted to keep my head above water. And it's funny, I've just been talking to a couple of people about that in the last few days, but the hard part of that for me was that I enjoyed learning so much and doing everything and teaching so many classes and being part of committees and all the things that it was hard to say no. And so I said yes more often than not. And while it did kind of impact that work-life balance, it led me to get to know so many people and experience so many things. I am a bit of a workaholic, and it's pretty crazy to think, though, how different my job is now from when I started those 11 years ago. I'm just doing almost completely different things, but still as a faculty member here. So being recognized with the Faculty Excellence Award inspires me and motivates me and lets me know I must be doing a few things right. In closing, I hope to continue to represent the College of Education to the best of my ability in a variety of capacities over the next many years. My commitment to ISU's core values of integrity, inclusivity, community, teamwork, shared responsibility, and continuous growth, development, and learning is strong. I deeply, deeply appreciate this recognition. Thank you for this honor, and roar, Bengals, roar. Thank you.
The College of Education Young Alumnus Impact Award is presented to an alumnus of the College of Education who has graduated in the last 10 years and has achieved significant accomplishments since degree completion. This year, we are honored and excited to introduce Ms. Catherine Ryder as the recipient of this award. Is Dr. Appleby, Professor and Coordinator of Faculty Development at the College of Education.
Thank you, Tabitha. It's really a privilege to be here tonight, and it's also incredibly personally meaningful to me because I get to share a few stories about someone who has left an incredible mark on ISU, on the College of Education, and to be quite honest with you, on everyone lucky enough to know her. That someone, of course, is our 2025 Young Alumnus Impact Award recipient, Catherine Ryder. So I want to take you back to a moment that I remember vividly, and this was about 15, maybe 16 years ago, I can't really remember. I was sitting in my office reviewing a stack of applications for an undergraduate student internship position in the College of Education. I was waiting for one of those applicants to come in for an interview, and I hear a knock on the door. That applicant was here, and in walks a young woman. An undergraduate student, as I came to find out, but at first I wasn't quite sure because she was so professional, so poised, and so articulate in communicating her interest in learning more about leadership and in this internship position. She sat down, and within the first 30 seconds of talking with her, I kind of just moved those applications over, and I thought, okay, I don't need to go through those applications because this is a student who's going to make a big difference. And of course, indeed, she did. That student was Catherine Ryder. Fast forward a year. Catherine came to me with her next idea, applying for the master's program in athletic administration. Not only did she get accepted, but she earned a competitive graduate teaching assistantship from our department. And again, Catherine thrived. Teaching, mentoring, leading, she did it all with the same quiet confidence and outstanding work ethic that she had demonstrated from day one. And then came the next chapter in my experience with Catherine, and one that I will always be very personally and professionally grateful for. In 2016, I became the interim dean of the College of Education and quickly learned within the first couple days that we did not have a development director for the college. And Pauline Theros, who of course is our illustrious athletic director now, but at the time was our equally illustrious associate vice president of development, and I knew we needed someone to step into that critical position like ASAP. But it absolutely had to be the right person. Someone who was authentic, hardworking, had the ability to connect with people on meaningful levels, and someone who had a deep understanding and appreciation for the mission of ISU and the College of Education. Took us about 30 seconds. It may not have happened this way, but this is how I remember it. Pauline and I and we were like, oh, Catherine Ryder, that's exactly who we need. And thank our lucky stars, she accepted our offer. And let me tell you, Catherine delivered. Under her leadership, donor giving to the college increased by over 60%. And that's not just numbers on a page. That's scholarships, it's programs, it's new and innovative centers such as the Kent Center, and it's student success stories and experiences that just simply wouldn't have happened without her and her hard work. Eventually, word got out about Catherine, and her outstanding skills were recognized across the university. She moved into the Director of Development position for the College of Business, and then advanced into the Senior Director of Development at ISU. In these roles, not just meet expectations, she redefined them. The connections Catherine has made with donors, alumni, stakeholders, faculty, staff, students happen because of the way Catherine builds genuine relationships. One of the fellow nominators for Catherine's award tonight, Marilyn Byrne, who is a longtime friend of ISU and the College of Education, emphasized this when she said in her nomination letter, quote, "Catherine brings an artistry to her work by making genuine connections with people. Her work continues to make a difference in the lives of so many, both donors and the recipients of these donations." Today, I continue to be awed and impressed, and so very proud of Catherine and her tremendous professional trajectory as she serves as the Chief Development Officer at the Commonwealth Honors College at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. But no matter how far away, Catherine will always represent the very best of ISU and especially the College of Education. She truly embodies what it means to be a Bengal: smart, driven, hardworking, kind, and deeply committed to making a difference. I have loved knowing Catherine as a student, and I feel so very privileged to call her a colleague and a dear friend. And tonight, I couldn't be more proud to celebrate her. Please join me in congratulating our 2025 College of Education Young Alumnus Impact Award recipient, Catherine Ryder.
Wow, thank you. I am also awed and proud of myself for not bursting into tears already at this point in the evening. I am incredibly honored to be here. First, I just want to say thank you to Dr. Appleby for that amazing introduction. She makes me sound much better than I feel about myself sometimes even. But I have had the incredible opportunity to work with some amazing people, and many of those people are here at Idaho State. So I'm very I want to say thank you to the Celebrating Excellence Committee for honoring me with this award, and to the College of Education. Idaho State University and the College of Education hold a very special place in my heart, and I am incredibly honored and humbled again to receive this award. Almost a decade ago, I accepted a job as the Director of Development for the College of Education, and my career in higher education began. So, to be honored here the place where my career, my profession really started is incredibly meaningful to me. It feels amazing to be here tonight in this place that I called home for so many years, and still feels like home in a lot of ways. Many of you tonight feel like family. Many of you are my family. I'm so grateful to have so many people here tonight to celebrate these amazing awardees with. Hold many, many special memories for me, and the lessons that I learned here shaped my life in extraordinary ways. It's a special treat for me to be here and to celebrate what it really means to be a Bengal. Working in higher education development has been an incredible privilege for me. As a student, I relied heavily student loans, and the Biomat Plasma Donation Center down the road to fund my college education and my basic needs. So I understand firsthand how meaningful it is to receive those scholarships and that financial aid. Through the years, I've worked with many amazing donors, many of which are here tonight, and I've been very honored to be able to work with those donors to facilitate new scholarships, to fund new programs, and to create new and better spaces and opportunities for our students. I loved my time at ISU more than I can say, and I strived every day to make an impact on this campus. And it made an impact on me. I mean, one of the things that I heard often in my conversations with alumni was that their education here prepared them to compete with the very best alumni from other schools around the country, from Ivy Leagues, from different places. And I will say that my education here at ISU prepared me for all of that and more. I've always felt like I had the skill set and the confidence that I needed, and that started here. I'm very proud to say one of my proudest accomplishments is that I was able to leave both the College of Education and the College of Business in amazing hands. And I'm very proud to say that when the time came for me to move on, I was able to help recruit people to these roles like Tabitha and like Christine McCarty in the College of Business, who have taken their roles and their colleges to greater heights than I ever could have. Before I wrap up, there are a few people who have been instrumental in my personal and my professional life, and without whom I would not be here today. First, I want to thank my family for their love and support throughout my life, for teaching me the value of hard work, for fostering an intellectual curiosity and a love of learning from a very early age, and quite frankly, for putting up with someone who was a little bit more independent than I probably should have been from a very young age. I'd also like to thank Pauline Theros and Karen Appleby, who overlooked my complete lack of fundraising experience when they hired me for the development of director job in the College of Education and recruited me away from ICCU to start a role that helped me build a career where I feel like I make an impact every day on the people and the communities around me, and a job that I can feel really good about. I also want to thank Shane Hunt, who has been an incredible friend and mentor, and who has championed me and my work and accomplishments on countless occasions. Many of the professional opportunities I've been fortunate to have would not have been possible without Shane and the work that we were able to do together. And I'm very grateful for his mentorship and his friendship in my life. Most importantly, I want to thank my wife, Amy. The nature of this work requires a fair amount of travel, late nights, and weekend events that take me away from home on a regular basis. Over the last 8 years, Amy has done more than her fair share, filling in, taking care of our family, taking care of things around the house, so that I can go out and do this job, all while holding professional roles herself. She is my biggest cheerleader and my best friend, and without her love and support, it would not be possible for me to do this work that I care so deeply about. Thank you again. It is incredible to be here. What an honor, and go Bengals.
Catherine recruited me for this job. I'm forever grateful for that. The College of Education Alumni Leadership Excellence Award is presented to an alumnus of the Idaho State University College of Education with at least 5 years of professional experience who has demonstrated exceptional leadership in their respective field. This year, I am honored and excited to introduce Mr. Zebulon Sion as the recipient of this award. Introducing Zeb is Dr. Caroline Fari, also known as Smitty, Human Performance and Sports Studies Professor.
Okay, former Atlanta Falcons and Tampa Bay head coach Dirk Cutter. Former Cincinnati Bengals head coach Marvin Lewis. Current Penn State University head football coach James Franklin. The list of distinguished alumni from Idaho State University's master's program in athletic administration who have risen to the top of the country's coaching ranks runs deep. Now we can add Zeb Sion to that list. Zeb was born right here in Pocatello, a graduate of Highland High School, Zeb attended Georgia Tech University on a full athletic scholarship as a track and field athlete. At Georgia Tech, Zeb was an ACC shot put champion, setting both indoor and outdoor records at the school. In 2005, he received the Robert Cup, given annually to the school's top scholar athlete in any sport. For his final year of collegiate athletic eligibility, Zeb came home to Pocatello, where he grew up, and to Idaho State. In 1 year, he set more school records, won more championships, started his coaching career, and then graduated from the Master of Physical Education and Athletic Administration program. Zeb has always excelled in the throwing sports. Guided heavily by the mentorship and coaching philosophy of his father, Russ, Zeb entered the collegiate coaching world and instantly excelled. As a graduate assistant at Idaho State in 2007, Zeb's ISU throwers broke 3 school records. That experience jump-started his coaching career, and his ascension since has been very rapid. In 5 years at Wake Forest, Zeb's athletes won 3 Atlantic Coast Conference titles. He coached 4 All-Americans, and his athletes set 6 school records. In 4 years at the University of Chicago, Zeb coached 11 All-Americans. His athletes won 23 conference titles, and he coached 52 all-conference performances. Then he went to Stanford. In 2 seasons, he coached 11 All-Americans, and he garnered more conference titles. His 4 female throwers alone scored so many points at the 2018 NCAA championships that just those 4 athletes alone would have placed 9th overall in the women's division. That's just science throwers. It was the most points scored in NCAA championship event history by a group of throwers in 20 years. The Cardinal women's track and field team wound up 3rd place overall. Now, Zeb is at the University of Texas, coaching more shot put, discus, and javelin throwers who are winning more All-American honors, setting more school and conference records, and winning more championships. Zeb Zion is widely regarded as one of the top throwers coaches in the country. In 2018, Zeb was named the USTF NCAA Division I Outdoor Track and Field's Women's Assistant Coach of the Year. But his work does not stop there. On the international scene, Zeb's athletes are just as successful. Most notably, discus thrower Valerie Allman, also his fiancée, has won 2 Olympic gold medals in Tokyo and most recently in Paris. 1 World Championship silver medal, 1 World Championship bronze medal, 6 United States track and field titles, and an American record with a throw that is the furthest mark in the world since 1989. Idaho State University and our College of Education is very honored to recognize Zebulon Zeb Zion as the 2025 Distinguished Alumnus of the Year. Zeb could not be here this evening. He is currently coaching his athletes at the University of Texas, preparing for the NCAA and SEC championships. Accepting the award this evening, I'm very honored to introduce his parents, also ISU alum, Russ and Bev Zion.
The College of Education Bengal Partner Award is presented in recognition of an individual who has demonstrated exceptional service to the Idaho State University College of Education. Service may include activities of volunteered service, participation on college committees, or fundraising. This year, we are honored and excited to present this award to Miss Abby Moon. And it is my absolute pleasure and honor to introduce her. Abby is an exceptional marketer whose contributions to the Idaho State University College of Education have truly left a lasting mark. For 3 years, we were fortunate to have her as a full-time dedicated support. And even after transitioning into her new role, she has continued to support the college part-time, never missing a beat, and always delivering excellence. Now, if you've ever worked with Abby, you know she's a master multitasker. On any given day, she could be coordinating a video shoot, conducting interviews, drafting a press release, all while producing our biannual magazine, and still respond to someone coming in, like myself, with a new request. But what's your deadline? Her fingerprints are all over our biggest accomplishments. The College of Education has gained national recognition for our work on teacher shortages through our PACT program, and that recognition came because of a story Abby wrote that was picked up nationally. She helped us better understand our audience through strategic surveys, guided us through research to improve our marketing, and could tell you which states are most engaged with our website and what our return on investment through our social media ads are. So much of our recent success, our increased visibility, our enrollment growth, and our national presence can be traced directly back to one person, and that person is Abby Moon. She is a proud 2-time ISU graduate, mom of 2 adorable baby Bengals, and spouse to Gem Legacy Planner Extraordinaire Cam, and a shining example of what it means to be a Bengal through and through. Please join me in celebrating and welcoming our 2025 Bengal Partner Award winner, Abby Moon.
Oh my goodness. To avoid emotional outburst, I'm going to keep this presentation short and sweet, especially because I'm one of the last recipients tonight as well. There are a few times in your life where you really get to stop, smell the roses, reflect, and tonight I consider that one of these opportunities. And I'm very, very humbled and deeply grateful for this award. I want to first thank Miss Tabitha Butler, the fabulous, talented, incredibly smart person and friend. I also want to thank the College of Education for this prestigious honor. Education has always been something that's close to my heart. My mom is a teacher. I grew up with a front row seat to its impact. When I first came to ISU, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but through an internship at the Idaho Food Bank, I learned that I really found a deep connection to helping others. And I wanted to continue that connection and service. And so when I graduated from ISU, I took a position as a recruiter for the College of Technology. And I found that education is the best way to help others. And I've been truly grateful to have a career built in higher education. In 2021, when the role of marketing director opened up at the College of Education, I saw an opportunity to continue this work. At the time, I was 6 months pregnant with my first child, and I was given the opportunity to do what I at the time didn't know was what I do best. And this college saw something in me that maybe I didn't see in myself. The last 5 years at the College of Education has been a time of joy, growth, frustration, challenge, friendship, and opportunity, and most importantly, change. This college not only supported me as a working mom with young kids, but it's empowered me. And I'm so proud of the work that we've accomplished together. This wasn't just me, this was a collective team work. And I'm very, very proud of that. I'm also proud to be a part of a team that values opportunity for all.
To my coworkers and friends, many of them tonight, Laura, Sheldon, Mona, Allison, Mollette, Amy, so many that I can't name. Thank you for inspiring me and always helping me out when I needed it. Your friendship, your kind words, everything, your encouragement means the world to me. To former Dean Jean McGivney Burrell, interim Dean Natuli, Karen Appleby, Tabitha, Smitty, Amanda, Dr. Curry, so many of our wonderful leaders here at the College of Education. Thank you for being shining examples and great servient leaders. To my current boss and managing director of the Albion Center, Gabe, thank you for being a caring and committed leader and a true mentor to me and recognizing my talents and giving me a space to be innovative. I believe that the work that we're doing at the College of Education and at the Albion Center are laying a foundation for a future that I want to live in and a future that I want my kids to live in. It's rooted in accessible learning opportunities for all, and I couldn't be more grateful or proud to be a part of that work. Truly, education is service in my mind. Finally, to my family, you're my why, my everything. My husband, thank you for your unconditional love and support and being my best friend. This award isn't just mine, it's ours and our kids. Thank you so much. Our last award of the evening is the Peter C. Cole William H. McGuffey Award for Excellence in Educational Research. The award is the most prestigious award that is bestowed by the College of Education, specifically for doctoral students. This year, we are honored and excited to present this award to Dr. Teresa Huff. Introducing Dr. Huff is Dr. John H. Curry, Interim Associate Dean for the College of Education.
I don't know if y'all are clapping just for me again because you're happy or because we're on the last one. So it's kind of cool to stand here and be able to introduce to y'all Teresa Huff. I had the privilege of being her doctoral advisor and then also worked with her on her master's degree. She tells me that there was a day a few years ago where she emailed me just asking questions about our program and what all it entailed. I hate email, so I looked up her phone number online, being cyber stalker, and just called her up and said, I'd rather talk to you. And she says it happened. I'm not going to call her a liar, but she says it happened. And from there, Teresa entered our master's program in instructional design and technology. About a year into her 2-year program, I remember saying to her, have you thought about doing a doctorate? She was like, no. And I'm like, you probably ought to. And she went on to get her doctorate here in educational leadership. I'm going to read you just a little bit here. I don't like to read on these things, but here's what we've got. Dr. Huff holds a doctorate in educational leadership with an emphasis in instructional design and technology. She has over 20 years of teaching experience in K-12 education. She now teaches graduate students as an adjunct instructor, but she's working full-time at Loyola Marymount University as an open education resources instructional designer who supports faculty through OER design and the OER design and development process. She's currently co-authoring an OER faculty handbook and guiding 11 faculty teams in creating instructionally aligned, accessible, inclusive, and interactive open resources. You know, that sounds great, but it doesn't, again, encapsulate who she is. We all have y'all noticed, we're at ISU, and it would be really easy for people to say this is a little school in Pocatello, Idaho, but every single one of these recipients is absolutely amazing that they came from here. Can I tell you what Teresa's done since she's been here? Since Teresa has started her master's degree, she has been named an H5P ambassador. She has won an H5P Academy Award for something she did in one of her master's classes. She has won the NATO, as in the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, she's won the NATO International Instructional Design Competition. She has been elected to international office as a graduate student in our professional organization. She is currently an AECT intern, which is one of generally 5 recipients named a year as the outstanding young professionals in our field internationally. She is currently an AECT intern. While working on her degrees here, she's published and presented. She has very quickly become our most popular adjunct, as all of the students in our programs would much rather have classes from her from the rest of us because she's such a better teacher than the faculty are. Outside of her professional work, she enjoys traveling with her husband, reading, writing, Legos, that was new to me, Legos, music, comedy, and spending time with her 4 adult children and 3 grandchildren who I know are watching, so I was the one that gave her all the homework. Beyond that, I think the most important thing that I could say about Teresa comes from one of her classmates who, when I was talking to today, said, and I quote, "Teresa is genuinely the nicest person I have ever met." So please help me welcome Teresa Huff.
Holy cats. First, some thank yous. Thank you to the College of Education for the opportunity to study something that's very near and dear to my heart. Kath? Thank you to my cohort. We carried each other. Still are. Dr. Curry, you stinker. We all know and love you. You have built a cohort, a community, in a fully online program, and that is insanely difficult to do. We're close, this cohort. To you and all my professors, thank you for your time, for your feedback, and for your presence. This is my first time in Pocatello. I've been a fully online student for my master's and my doctorate, and yet this is home. To my husband, Dwayne, the other Dr. Huff in the room, and to my kids, Calvin, Karina, Emily, Clara, thank you for your love and support, and patience. My love for you is what drove this research. My entry point into this research is anxiety. I have a long journey with anxiety, but that probably gave me a lot of empathy for my students over the years. In the classroom, I was able to pretty much pick out when my kids were anxious or my students were anxious just by reading their body language, the tense shoulders or absent sometimes, or their facial expressions. And I was able to adapt my teaching on the fly if they needed that, or rearrange the classroom environment if they needed that. But when I moved to online teaching, I lost that ability, and their anxiety became invisible to me. I couldn't see their bodies, and so I couldn't tell how they were doing, and I couldn't see their faces all the time. And so I couldn't see what they were going through, and I had no control over their environments. Some of them were learning in their bedrooms or their libraries or their cars, and I couldn't see and I couldn't rearrange for them. And that informed me, even though it was really hard, it was time to go back to school. So I came back to ISU, and I found this wonderful program. So why does all this matter?
Here at ISU, in my master's program, Dr. Coughlin graciously asked me to come alongside and help him with a redesign of a statistics course. Statistics anxiety is a real and unique anxiety, and he wanted to try to take the scary out of it by gamifying it, and it became Stats Kwando, and it was great fun to be a part of that. And one of the things he did in the implementation of those courses was each week he had a discussion post where he just asked his students what's working and what's not, what's causing anxiety and what's not, what's helping. And so that was really insightful to me to be a part of that. My job was to go and gather the information the students told and figure out what was working, what wasn't. And what we found, just in short, was that the gamification did help lower anxiety in the first few weeks of the course, but what really carried the anxiety through, keeping it low through the rest of the course, was really well-applied multimedia principles, which if you went to my poster thing, you would understand that was really impactful to me. But one of the things I learned through that was the importance of asking the learner, how's it going for you? What's causing it, that anxiety for you? And what's helping for you? We know that the research shows us that as anxiety goes up, the learning falters, and it's a direct correlation. Our country is in, and has been for a long time, in a crisis when it comes to anxiety. Just yesterday, I came across a study that was from 2013. It was over 2,000 first-year college students were asked how many traumatic life events they had been exposed to. And over 70% of them had already experienced a traumatic life event. That means that they had, 1 in 4 of them had probable PTSD. And that was almost 11 years ago. That was pre-pandemic. 2 years ago, another study came out showing that 70% of online college students said in the past year they had had a mental health issue. That was 2 years ago. There have been multiple calls in just this year for calls to action now. Red flags are over. We're in major crisis mode when it comes to anxiety and mental health issues, and we can't afford to ignore the emotional lives of our learners anymore. It's very easy to measure things like efficiency and numbers and speed. They're shiny and distractingly so. But when we do focus on those things that are easy to measure, we risk losing our sight on the human in the room. I'm going to suggest that my research suggests, and other research and current research shows, that we all have the ability already, just as humans, to make an impact on this. We all employ these things, or can. So I'm going to suggest that we employ empathy over efficiency, listening before lecturing, times of reflection instead of task. And not just for students, for all of us as educators. That we prioritize connection, like I've experienced in my cohort. Because when we slow down and we ask, how's it going for you, to our learners and to one another, we not only support learning, but we create learning environments that by design calm the learner instead of overwhelming them. They become safe instead of stressful. And they teach and maybe even begin to heal one another. Emotions are messy, they're hard to measure, they're very difficult to regulate at times, but I hope you'll join me in continuing the brave work of studying and honoring the emotions of one another and of our learners, and using that information to inform the design of our instruction. So thank you again for seeing and honoring my research, and for reminding me and all of us the importance of keeping the human at the center of everything we do. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us this evening for the 12th Annual Celebrating Excellence Award Ceremony. Before we conclude this evening with remarks from Dean Natuli, I would like to invite Dr. Karen Appleby back to the stage to recognize Dean Natuli for her remarkable work as our interim dean this past year and her dedication to making this event possible tonight.
Thank you again, Tabitha. So, on behalf of the Celebrating Excellence Planning Committee and all of the members of the College of Education, we would really like to take the opportunity to extend a warm and heartfelt thank you to our outstanding leader, Dean Esther Natuli. Yes, let's give her a big round of applause. The flowers that you see sitting next to you, not just a pretty centerpiece, these are our gift to you just in so much gratitude, Esther. We are so grateful to have had you step into this role of the interim dean with such grace and courage, especially on such short notice last year. Over the past year, Esther's leadership has been nothing short of remarkable. She's been brave in the face of uncertainty, gracious and supportive in all of her interactions, thoughtful in her decision-making, and truly transformative as a leader for our college. She's guided us through a time of great change with strength, compassion, and vision, and we could not have asked for a more steady and inspiring leader. So thank you, Esther, from the bottom of our heart.
I feel like crying, but sometimes I cry because reading in public is not my thing. But anyway, today, if I read in public and cry and fail to read, I'm covered. Because Dr. Ella is around, our reading specialist. She has a K-3 certificate starting in fall. And if I don't read very well, I can be their student again. So thank you for the work that you do. Their reading program has an A for in NCTQ. There's this national assessment that they do for the programs in the US. So their program has an A. So as I am standing here and I'm about to cry, I said, no. But anyway, if I don't read well, I'll be your first student for that certificate. Thank you. Before we end this year's Celebrating Excellence Award ceremony, we would like to take a moment to honor and recognize some of our esteemed colleagues who are retiring and leaving the College of Education. Dr. Howard Gauthier, professor from the Department of Human Performance and Sport Studies, in recognition of 17 years of service. If he is not here, if you are here, as I call your name, you can wave, I can see someone around. Dr. Jeff Thomas, assistant professor from the Department of School Psychology and Educational Leadership, in recognition of 4 years of service. Raylene Hawk, administrative assistant for the Kent Center for Student Success, in recognition of 8 years. Can you? Thank you. Let us give them a second round of applause. I'm not very sad that they are retiring because they will be back. Because tonight, I was so happy to see 3 of our professors. I don't know if I'm missing someone who retired from our college who is back to support us. So we have Dr. Karen Scott. Can you wave you? I was so happy to see you. She retired, but she's here to support us. Dr. Alan France, can you wave? They retired, but they are here to support us. So yes, we are sad they are going, but not very sad because they will be back to support us. We also say goodbye to departing faculty, Dr. Ali Mont, Dr. Thomas Klaus, Dr. Barry Wang, and Shelby Klinger. Please join us in extending our deepest appreciation for these individuals for their hard work, dedication, and many years of service to the College of Education. We wish them well, all the best in their future endeavors. Let us. Please also join me in recognizing the incredible individuals who brought this event to life. We owe our thanks to those who organized, planned, and marketed every detail. Without their dedication, this event wouldn't be possible. These are the members: Dr. Karen Appleby, Miss Obi Moon, Tabitha Butler, Laura McRae, Sheldon Harris. Let us give them a round of applause. Thank you for your hard work behind the scenes to make today so special. Thank you all for joining us this evening to recognize and celebrate these outstanding individuals who have been honored with pride of the College of Education's most prestigious awards. And I also add one more thank you to all the friends, family, colleagues of award winners who are with us today. Would you please stand for us to recognize you and clap for you? Friends, family, anyone who is around today, who came with somebody. Thank you. Thank you. They asked me to say, award winners and their family, their friends, would you stay behind as they take more photos? On your tables with their flowers, please carry them home. Let us give the award winners' family, or if they travel the furthest, let us give them the flowers. For everybody who is around, there's food. Let us stay, mingle, talk, and enjoy. Thank you.